Do you know someone who has autism or Asperger's, a child who doesn't have any friends? In this video, I'm going to give you 7 different tips of how you can help someone, a child with Asperger's or autism, make friends. I'm Craig, and I'm with Team Autism Pedia, where we're dedicated to educating you on how to help people with autism or Asperger's improve their lives. And for this video, the source content is actually from my life, because I'm someone who was diagnosed with Asperger's as a child, and I remember a point in my life as a child that my mom said something to me that surprised me, but I understand now that she was telling a psychologist that I didn't have any friends. That surprised me, and the reason it surprised me is what is the first tip I have for you, which is you have to understand different definitions. People with autism and Asperger's will often, especially with friends, and that have different definitions. My definition back then was that a friend was someone who would be willing to hang out with me at school, and that was all. I didn't think about doing things all the time. I'm very fortunate now that I have a lot of friends that I do things with. I call them, I stay in contact with them, we eat meals together, they invite me to things, I invite them to things, and for a lot of people, they may not realize that's part of the friendship and you have to help them understand it and that. So, I come to the next point, which is the second point, which is that you want to make sure that you help them, give them definitions. And that is like giving them examples, like, hey, you know what? Look at this. Look at these 2 people who are friends. Look at who your parents are friends with. Look at your siblings' friends, and what do they do? Give them examples, show them, and try to talk to them. Don't expect them to get it all the way easily, but try to just talk and just explain, talk about it and see what they understand and try to get a grasp of where they are in their understanding of it. You can't expect it to be always getting the results you want, but you can actually understand better where they are and how you can help them. Is to help them find individuals that they want to be friends with. You can't force them to be friends with people or do things with other people, but you can help them find things and people who they'll be willing to do things with. Find people who have the same interests. I remember people I was friends with when I was a young kid, a very young kid, like in elementary school, and that were people who also liked video games, and that was something there. So you can look at that, and hopefully I'll be making a video eventually about how you can use video games to help someone with socialization and incentivize socialization. But until then, just look at your child. Your child is a unique individual, not just with their autism, but with their interests and find those interests and find out how to what they like to do, and try to find other people who like those things too, because those will be the people they'll enjoy doing things with, because they'll be doing things they love doing. And with that, you can actually, once you find those people, you can actively encourage them to say, hey, you can do the 4th step, which is saying, why don't you go out and do something with your friend that you love doing, and encouraging it. You may have to help arrange it a little bit, but you do it. I remember when I was a kid, my parents got some baseball tickets and other things. They said, invite a friend, and that helped me get a little bit of understanding of what you do with friends, and that you go to places with friends, because those things are not things that we get so easily. Tip is that you look at following up and talking about their experiences. Make sure that you give them a chance to think about things. Did you ask your child if they were hanging out with someone and that how it went, and if they ask questions about them, give them ideas of questions to interact with the other person. Don't take things for granted, because socialization and friendship don't always come easily to people with autism or Asperger's. Help them understand those things and make it so that they can get things, they can understand what to do in the future and improve. If you don't, ideas don't come out of nowhere. They are often something there. A child does not say a bad word if they've never heard that word in their lives. So you have to put, on the flip side, you have to put those good ideas in there so that they'll implement them and be a lot better at friendship. You can always do this. So yeah, the sixth step is to make sure that you be patient. I remember with myself, it didn't happen overnight, and it took me. It's only now that I'm realizing some of the things on friendship that I can improve. I didn't understand, and like even today, I still improve in socialization. And social skills are that skills. They're things to be worked on, and skills don't just happen overnight. Anyone who just came big, they've had a lot of time that they spent into something, and it often is not something that just happened for just a few seconds in that. So the seventh tip that I have for you is something I'm going to be making a video on future, of how to help your child find more avenues of making friends. Because you know what? Just the people who they interact with at school and at the places you go normally, it may not be enough to help them find the right person, because they're going to be friends with whoever they like. So you have to look at expanding that. And as I said, I'm going to make a video on that, and I'm going to link it up in the top when I make that video. But I hope you'll do that. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and I want to know, because there's probably more tips that I didn't think to put in this video. If you can put a tip that you had, or a story about how a child with autism or Asperger's making friends, put it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get more videos here on Team Autismpedia.